about they robbed a drug dealer and they thought he had I just give an estimate like 40 million. But when they robbed him, he had like 2 billion. So they overloaded the plane with all the money, but the plane couldn't carry but so much weight. So they trying to go over the Andes with it, the shit wound up hitting the mountain. So they crashed. But in order to stay cold in the mountains, they had to start the fire with the money and burn some of it to stay warm.
You ever check that shit Netflix?
Yeah, Triple Frontier. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I got appreciate
But it show you how worthless money could be in a life and death situation.
Triple Frontier, that movie Ben Affleck in it?
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, it was good. That's a good movie.
All right, bet. I'm not gonna get right to the point. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 18. The point is in 19. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads. That's the point. Verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord.
That's plain and simple, man. That money is going to mean nothing in those days, man. It's going to be all out chaos. Okay? And if you do, and if you, whatever value you do have, okay, because at the end of the day, that money isn't going to mean anything, people are going to try to come and take it from you. Okay? They're going to try to kill you for it. But we know that if we're those men, we're going to be protected in those days because we have the knowledge, okay? It says knowledge should be the stability of our times. We have YAHAWASHI on our side. So we're going to have that force field around us if we have the faith. Because it's going to get rocky. It's going to get points in times where you might be like, damn, how I'm going to get out of this. But we know the Lord's work. We know he's going to get us out of this, man. You just got to continue to have faith.
Yep. And I will start again. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fear their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. And we talking about, a couple weeks ago, we talking about the billionaires committing suicide. Like all these billionaires and I don't know if y'all, I know y'all probably heard about it now. Jamie Foxx was in the hospital and they said that if it wasn't quick reaction, it would have been worse. So they didn't say what happened. So I'm thinking that nigga might have had a stroke or he might have had a heart attack.
Yeah, I actually heard he had a stroke.
Yeah, stroke. Because those are the only two things that really that
you gotta respond
quickly. Yeah, respond quickly. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe like an injury, regular injury. But they said medical complications. You know what I'm saying? You have all these billionaires committing suicide. Why is the niggas with all this money committing suicide? Where's the happiness at? It said because it's the stumbling block of their iniquity. Now ultimately, that's trickling over to Jake with a little bit of pity they have because they holding on to whatever bit of they got in this kingdom too. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna deliver.
That's right, man. That just shows you right there. Why are billionaires killing themselves? If this money is just so great.
That's the answer.
Yeah. How was that the answer? Okay. What was the thing that Chappelle said? Where he was like, maybe the people around me are. He was like, basically, when you get higher up.
What you told when he didn't do the show? Oh, not Oprah?
Yeah. Now he was like on another show, and he was just saying like, people call us crazy, but maybe it's what's around us is crazy.
That sounds familiar though.
Yeah. So they know, man. But a lot of them sold their soul, so it is what it is for them. But we got to continue fighting this thing.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
So we shouldn't be, you shouldn't be envious of these people, man. So what they had this money, so what they had this fame. What is it? It can be taken from you like that, your money and your fame. Again, we mentioned Kyrie and Kanye earlier, okay? So how much value does that have, man? It's nothing they could do to take the spirit of the Lord away from us, man. Okay? Because all they could do is hurt our bodies. Okay? Only the Lord can kill the spirit and body. Esau can't do nothing. All right? And anything he does is from the permission of YAHAWASHI. Okay? So if you have to be a martyr in that day, so be it. All right? That's a glorious reward. In the flesh, it's like, damn, I gotta go through that. But think about who you're doing it for, man. thinking about the reward after that, the everlasting kingdom, true rulership, happiness 24/7.
Singing on our beds.
We should all want that, man.
And what did Yahawashi say? Yahawashi said, when that took the, basically took that cup along with him, he didn't see the glory too.
Exactly. Okay?
He's faithful unto death.
Be faithful unto death, man. So you truly have to think about that. Go ahead.
All right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 20, chapter 6, verse 20. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, Blessed be ye, this is Yahawashi speaking, by the way, for yours is the kingdom of Yahawah. Verse 21, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. And in verse 22, it says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
That's what we're going to go through, man. This is part of the training period, man. Okay? That's part of the job description, all right? To go through those things. But at the end of the day, the reward is going to be in heaven, man. And it's going to mean nothing. All right? You're going to wake up and it's like, damn, I remember, fucking struggling with work and, struggling with my family and things like that. But it was going to be all worth it at the end of the day. When you hear people talk about getting championships, they never talk about the exact moment. They never talk about like, oh, this feels good. They talk about the progress there, what they did to get there. The road there. Damn, I remember us coming in at 6 in the morning, practicing, That's how we're going to think about it. Okay. And it's under the true power, man. That's the thing, and we're witnessing it.
It's like a car, right? Let's say your car got like fucking 200 miles per hour on the dash. While you climbing to that 200, while you racing, climbing to that 200, that's the thrill. Once you get at 200 and they can't go no more, it's like we just moving at 200 miles an hour. But the thrill is from 0 to 200, that climb. It's just like trust fund babies and millionaires, right? Trust fund babies is just giving the riches. Self-made millionaires, I hate to use that term, but so you can understand in layman's terms, self-made millionaires got to climb up from the bottom. So the most people who enjoy their riches is the ones who came from the bottom to get it. But trust fund babies, they don't appreciate shit. They don't appreciate Ferraris. To them, it's like whatever, it's just a car. Because they could never remember being poor. They were just like giving shit. So that's what makes us want to enjoy the kingdom more, because YAHAWASHI made us work for it this time around. Then we gonna get it. Before he just gave it to us. And we fucked it up. And that's just a lesson in life, period. It says privilege is blind to those who have it, right? So you would tell somebody, listen, you're an Israelite, you're a child of God, you're the chosen people of God. They don't see it. They don't look at it that way because they're the ones who are privileged. We are privileged to be the children of YAHAWASHI. Or you tell somebody like, listen, you ain't got to be in the streets. You don't got to sell drugs. You got a mother and father that care about you. They give you anything you want, this and that, this and that. And he'll tell you, nah, fuck you, man. I ain't got it made. You think I got it made. You think I got it set up, this and that. So the saying goes, privilege is blind to those who have it. And Israel was given privilege at first, and they fucked it up. So the Lord made us work for the kingdom now, and now what? We're going to appreciate it.
It's like the other saying, you don't appreciate something until you lose it.
Right.
Now, the Lord is giving us more appreciation to him, first and foremost, to his son and what they represent. Because that's how we fell away. We fell away from them. It wasn't about just, going off. We went against the order. We went against the grain. When the Lord said that you are forsaken, it's because we forsook him first. He's just giving us the give back. He's giving us what he said he's going to give us as far as the law and the promises, man, whether it be the blessing or the curse. So when you see what's happening now, it's because we're under the curses. And you can't do nothing, just make your life better. Money can't do it. Women can't do it. So what? So that's all niggas want. So if that's not gonna make you better, what's gonna make you better? Well, you can read that though.
Luke 6:23. Rejoice ye in the day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
That's right. But before that, I was talking about the down parts, man. But that's talking about the rebound, man. YAHAWASHI is gonna rebound us back to the Heavenly Father, man. We are a nation. We are a nation without a we are still a nation. We're basically a nation without, like, we don't really have a cause. Our cause is the cause of all the other nations, man. This is the most important thing to our existence, man. And for the most part, the majority of our people, they shun it, man. That's why when YAHAWASHI comes back, it's gonna be on with his nation first, man. He gonna be getting niggas. He gonna be getting spics. He gonna get in Native Americans and Seminole Indians, man. The same one that said, you want to worship Christ? You want to worship Allah? You want to do this? You want to put all this? You violated the first commandment, the worst? And then you want to wonder why? Oh, why this happening to us? Like this is why it's happening to us, man. We are forsaken. The Lord said you should be smitten by the hand of your enemies, man, if you disobey me. And we're like, why? Why is this happening? You want to say something? Like, why is this happening? That's why I said the Lord got the answers out, man. But what did the Lord say? He said you misuse the prophets, man. He sent his prophets out all the time, man. All the time. You got brothers on the internet and on the streets, man. What's going on? You can't say you didn't know. You won't tell me you didn't hear the name YAHAWASHI. So what's going to happen when you go through your trials and tribulations? You already going through it and calling on Jesus, and he ain't answered yet. You called on Allah, he ain't answered you yet. So who's going to answer? YAHAWASHI answered us? Because before it's all said and done, this place, America, would not exist much longer, man. This not forever here, man. Go ahead.
Verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
For you receive your consolation. That's why the consolation is going to run its dry. Oh, that's why they got to make Game 7, all series in the NBA Game 7s, man. They got to have all this drama besides the sport and the movies and all the music. They got to have all this drama. Oh, this person said this about this person. Oh, this said, how about that 21-year-old guardsman that gave up secrets to American government? War secrets. They said the biggest security breach in 10 years. But nobody got shit to say about that. They ain't plastered that nigga name all over the news. Does anybody know his name? Nobody know that dude's name? Who? Eric, okay. I just heard that for the first time. But before that, they wasn't putting his name. They were just saying 21-year-old guardsman gives war secrets. Biggest security breach in 10 years. And nobody's saying shit. You know what? I don't hear, what do you Edomites got to say? What do you white people got to say about it? What's up? He just put the country, your country, at risk. I don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck over here. I actually thought it was good.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but to them, because I was driving a client today, I asked him, like, so what you think about that 20? He said he didn't even hear it. But I told him about it. He was like, well, damn, how'd he get it? That's another question. How did this 21-year-old guardsman get that kind of information to trade to tell his gamer buddies? And nobody cares. But what's some bullshit celebrity? Let LeBron James and Kim Kardashian go out to dinner together. That shit will make all the headlines. What we have here, LeBron cheating on his wife with Kim Kardashian. Hold on,
I think so.
bring it up.
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned into thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Okay? And it say that the cup of thy right hand is going to be turned into thee, and that's who? YAHAWASHI, man. All right, because everything that's going on right now is really the will of Yahweh through YAHAWASHI. All right, because this devil, he's been working on the left hand, all right, and corrupting the earth through the left hand, but now righteousness is being brought back on the earth, starting with who? The prophets of YAHAWASHI and the ones who are believers, man.
Yeah.
All right? Hey, the scripture tells you that what corruption is going to be quenched, deceit's going to be quenched, in truth that has been so long without fruit shall be declared. And the shameful spewing is being put on Esau's glory. That's that you just mentioned. That's a very shameful thing to have the so-called superpower of the world have a security breach by a 21-year-old. You already had to deal with something. So what's his name? Snowden.
Oh yeah, he's still in Russia.
Yeah,
In Russia.
Yeah, that happened over like 10, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
and they still want his ass, but he not getting extradited. But now you got these little 21-year-olds and these different hackers and breachers that is just exposing America for its lack of security that it really has.
And another thing too, like to the point of the spewing, because I was listening to 101.5, there's a lot of that's New Jersey, but there's a lot of things happening. Like there was a cop in the town Manville that he was just charged with touching, like what's that shit called, the touching, like the not molesting, but like sexual misconduct, all that stuff. And as a chief though. Then you got Esau, like shit like that. You got Esau being exposed more because the Lord said he's gonna lift up your skirt. Everything you've been doing in secret and under the dark, now the Lord is putting the light on it now. That's what's really happening. So you had these chiefs, you had these Edomites, you had these devils that was doing all this fuckery. But now the Lord said, no, I'm gonna put the light in a microscope on you now. Now I'm about to reveal you. That's what the Lord is doing. So now that they're doing anything new, it's just now it's being put under the microscope. But that's just the Lord showing his hatred for Esau, man. And then our people are following behind these devils, but these devils are going down. Their system, they've literally been pushed on the island almost as far as like the world structure and the world economy of what the dollar used to be, the petrodollar. You just had a train derailment that spilled a bunch of oil, diesel fuel. They say, that's just brushed under the rug. You got all these things happen, and I only said two things, man. It's so much things happening, man, in the world and in this country, man. The Lord is speaking through His Holy Spirit all day, every day, man. Every day. You turn on your news, turn on your phone, it's always going to be something that the Lord is speaking, saying, I'm about to come back and visit the earth which He made. That's what's happening, man. The Lord is about to come back and judge the world. Not just Israel, the world. He said, plead with all, because Mike give me plead with all flesh. You can bring that out too. Bring that out too.
James, the book of James 5:1. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yeah, all the miseries that shall come upon you, man. Miseries, man. So is it really good to be rich right now? Trump getting indicted, even though that could be set up. The billionaire's killing himself. What else? You just still the LEBCB is wilding. They shooting up schools. It's a bunch of chaos all over the world, and people just in their little bubbles, like nothing's happening. Like nothing's happening. I'm sorry, like that stuff that was the security breach, that should have been plastered across the news, like how they did when they talk about a Jake that got killed by the cops and his criminal record he might have had. They dig deep in this kid, man. What was up with him? What was he doing? He should have been in. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just going to say the correction from earlier, just in case brothers want to look it up. The kid name is Jack Teixeira.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But either way, like, that's the times we're in. And what we know is going to come from that, man? Because they didn't give what he leaked. But they said it's the biggest security breach in 10 years. So since 2013, now that's the biggest thing. You know? Huh? Yeah.
Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten.
Yeah, your riches are corrupted, man. Your riches are corrupted, and you Jakes, you Israelites that got in league with these devils, your riches are corrupted too, because your riches are his riches, man. There be no LeBron James without the elites. There would be no Michael Jordan without the elites. There would be no Michael Jackson without the elites. Now, granted, they were Israelites, but they have to deal with YAHAWASHI too. Everybody going to have to deal with YAHAWASHI, man. YAHAWASHI is not coming back here to play games. He played games. He let the world play games. He let the world play games with their names in heaven, man. Their names being blasphemed all the day long, man. You imagine how YAHAWASHI feels when he hears an Israelite say Christ. That's who you praying to? Do you remember what I did for you in Egypt? Do you remember the name then? I guess not.
Go ahead. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you.
A witness against. That's not going to save you, man. That's not going to save you. What you going to do? Your money is really nothing. And the thing that's real money, you're trying to keep for yourselves. The gold, silver, all the other precious rubies they got. But most importantly, you got the children of Israel still in captivity. You know how bad that's going to be for you when we get our kingdom in? When the Lord said to Esau, look, when he said he's going to get, they're going to say, is this the man? They're going to say, this is the man that had these great people in slavery? These niggas? These guys, they had this, I'm talking about in the kingdom, I'm talking about YAHAWASHI, the glory of Israel. How is it going to have that, that double recompense, man? Because every damn day for the rest of their existence, from here on out, is going down. And now they're being revealed for what they did to us. And now they're being judged for what they did to us. The Lord don't care about what they did to the other nations. The Lord cares about what he did to Jacob, man. He said, you did to my Israel, but the blood you shed are the children of Judah, the children of Jerusalem. The Lord said that the men of Judah and the house of Jerusalem is his pleasant plant, the apple of his eye. This would not go unpunished, man, at all. This world is done. Every time you wait, it's work, go home, go to sleep, try to get some nookie, have a little drink, everybody getting high, and what else is life? How many times you can buy new clothes? How many times you gonna buy sneakers? How many times you gonna this, that, and the third? Okay, bring it up.
Psalms 37, Psalms 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth for the righteous and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land.
That's the part. Can you on that part again?
Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land.
So the Lord knows what the Lord knows that you're going through something that you ain't feeling, bro. He knows it. But he says, still what? Stay in his way and wait for him?
It says, wait on the Lord and keep his way.
Keep his way. Keep what? Keep his commandments to the best of your ability, man. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not the hardest thing, and it's definitely not the worst thing for you. This is actually the best benefit for you. Better than anything, better than anything money can buy. This truth of YAHAWASHI has changed brothers' lives, man. I'm not talking about you go to your little funky AA meetings or your little therapy session. This is the therapy, man. The Lord said, I'm bringing you back to himself. But he says he's bringing us back to himself. Was there any more than that?
Yeah. It says, when the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, but he could not be found.
And we live in kind of in the midst of that, because this devil what it say he's going to be? He's going to be what?
It says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, but he could not be found.
And that's you, Esau, right now, getting your skirt lifted up, and that's to our people that's down with Esau, you get your skirt lifted up too, nigga. Because if you want to be down with him, you could go down with him, man. We're not in the business of like, yo, trying to cater to everybody's feelings, man. We did that dance already. And look what it did for us.
Yeah. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off, but the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble.
Hey, Jacob and Esau. Now you got the Jason that's going to go in the league on the other side, but it's about the one that the Lord says He's going to deliver. That's the sign of hope for you. That's the sign of hope. That's hope right there. Because if that scripture wasn't around, and the other scriptures that's like hope, then it's like, damn, what we here for? This Bible, these scriptures, these are for our lives, man. It said, yeah, the children of the light. What is the light? This word, this truth, this knowledge. This is the power.
Last verse. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him.
So who else is going to trust him besides the Lord's people? Israel. Only Israel can fit that mold, because they're the only ones that was actually gifted with that spirit and the you know what I'm saying, the vibe of that, man. The other nations didn't get. The Lord said He didn't know the other nations. Only you have I known out of all the families in the earth, man. What? So now our Lord said that. So what do these other guys got to say? Who y'all chosen? Or anybody could join. Who is y'all chosen?
Okay. Isaiah chapter 44, verse 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
That's self-explanatory. Who was that? Who was that? Now Jacob is a person, but Jacob Israel is a nation, man. The 12 sons, 12 tribes. That's the people. That's the nation that the Lord says He's going to deliver, man.
If I could add to that. And that right there just shows you how those rats, the Amalekites, they can't be the people, because they have a belief that's widely known throughout their community that they never lost their heritage, that they never lost their understanding of them being Israel. But the scripture just tells you that one is going to what? Subscribe himself back to being Israel. Okay? And that's why I always say, you find me a heathen that believes in YAHAWASHI. You show me a heathen that believes in YAHAWASHI, I'll show you an Israelite. Because only an Israelite will actually subscribe themselves and call upon the name of YAHAWASHI. That's why it doesn't really matter about what your color is or what you look like, because the spirit of YAHAWASHI is bears witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the Lord, and it's a spiritual thing. It don't matter if you so-called look like a so-called Asian or African, so-called white or whatever. Israel, as John the Revelator saw, was going to what? Come out of every tongue, nation, and kings, every tongue, nations, and lands, man. But they were going to do what? Subscribe back to being Israelites.
And why are they being gathered up like that? Because why? That was a punishment. That was a curse. That's it. Hey, Israelite men just shooting up clubs in other nations. That's it. Over a lot of time, but like that's all it is. So you, like the brother said, like you have the Israelites that look like the other nations, but that's all just a reproduction thing. It's spiritual because people don't look at it like that, but like it's carnal, but it's actually spiritual, because if you don't understand, it'll just be like, you know what I mean? That's just the dude, he got swag.
Yeah, that's what you got now with the dual passport. I mean, a lot of us brothers dealing with brothers from South America, but when you check it out, a lot of the passport bros, they dealing with Filipinos and chicks from Thailand, actually marrying them and having babies. So what? That's the seed of Israel being spread abroad. You know, yeah, the war babies, the veterans. You got brothers that been in like Germany and shit like that. You know, vacationing and stuff like that, dealing with women, leaving seed over there.
Yeah, man. So like, it's just Israel's all across the globe,
and they gonna look like what those other. It's just like the same thing. See, people understand this with plants, but they don't understand it with actual seed, right? With a plant, right? You could take a marijuana seed and plant it anywhere on earth. It's gonna grow the characteristics from the ground that it was planted in. Say if I plant it in New York and grow it, it might turn out regular green with brown buds. But if I take that same seed and plant it in Cancun, that shit might grow out red with white furs. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take on the characteristics of the ground that it was planted on. But that plant is still a marijuana plant. So it's the same thing with Israel. Wherever we plant our seed in, it's going to take on the characteristic of the soil that it was planted in. It might look like Moab. It might look like Japheth. It might look like Ham. But however, it takes on the characteristics of the environment that it was planted in, even though the seed is Israel. So the same thing with marijuana. Marijuana, you can't, or any seed, you can't change the genetic makeup of the seed. And although the only thing you will see is that if you plant that seed in different soil throughout the planet Earth, you're going to get the character.
Back up a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah,
you're going to get the characteristics of that environment of the seed that it was planted, but it's still a marijuana plant.
yeah, it's kind of like, you know, that's why they call the woman kind of like the garden
For the herb.
Yeah, like her,
Yeah.
That was a song.
You guys don't drink that though. Don't drink it at all.
Nah. Talk Greek now.
No, don't drink it at all, right now.
Drink? Buracho?
Yeah, go.
Nah. We drink, but
Good. We
not
at work
how
right
we
now.
teach it.
Yeah, we at work right now. You got a question?
Yeah, I drink every day. Every day. I drive every day.
Alright, so you should come back when you're sober because this is sober minded kind of thing.
Oh, it's sober, right?
Oh, yeah. So
Okay, like, coming back. Yeah, sober.
that's actually, you know, it's funny because it's like look at that, you know what I'm saying? It's just the sad, like that's an Israelite man, I think. And look what he's gonna do. There's an elder man, and that's just another prince of the power, just powerless and just, you know what I mean?
Taking pride in getting fucked up on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like our people don't know what happiness is. He think like if we drink, say we like, yeah, we drink. He probably like, yo, come get fucked up with me.
Yeah.
And that's how low Jake become. They think they call getting cooking. I'm trying to get cooking. I'm trying to get mooking. This song say on the Israelite songs, I'm hammered. Like motherfuckers, you hammered. Niggas like, who the fuck wanna be hammered? Like, yeah, I'm hammered, dude. Like, you hammered? Like, that means you smashed into fucking pieces. Nobody wanna be hammered and smashed down. But our people take joy in those words. I'm cooking, I'm mooking, I'm on cloud 9. That means you out of your existence. But Jake came such to a lower state that in his mind, like, yo, I drink every day. That's why he smiled when he said it. You know, I drink every day, I get fucked up every day. That's all I do. You know what I mean? If we like, we drink, but the brother told him, come back when we sober, this and that. But he really wanted to treat us as something or sit on the corner in the cut somewhere. He was showing us love. We ain't know no better. And then really look at it. He was really showing love, but his form of love was in a fucked up way of showing love. You know what I'm saying? That's his farthest point of showing love he can reach. And that's how low Jake has become.
Yeah, like I said, he was here earlier. He had two other little drunk friends with him. And Sean told him like, yo, come back. Yeah, come back when you sober.
You inebriated because you can't read. The Lord said be sober minded, and now granted, sober minded is spiritually too, but like literally, I mean, you like because you can't really like be in a spiritual mode if you all like. That's why brothers be like even doing sit downs and be like, if you drinking too much, you kind of like will fall back, or you know what I'm saying, you would. You know what I mean, but.
Or like when we had the high holy days at the crib, the brother always say like try not to get too drunk before we do the services or things like that. Like,
So
you know what I'm saying?
You know, you get inebriated, you get all married, you know, because you get a feeling. But you want to get all the business out the way first. That's why they say work hard and then play hard later.
Work hard, play harder.
Yeah, but do that later.
I was gonna say, that's how you know like he's trying to escape reality because he's probably going through a lot of shit in his life. You know what I mean? Because he drank so much, wife and probably done left him, kids don't fuck with him. And he got all these issues and problems going on with him. He's alone. You know, he come to us and, you know, he's defending to us and, you know, and say, oh, you know, I drink every day and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? That's why the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be stability at that time. Because he has no comfort.
Right.
You understand? His drinking is his comfort and it makes him happy and it makes him feel good. But these scriptures and the Holy Scriptures and these breakdowns and the edification gives us comfort. He doesn't have that. And that's why we have to be thankful and we can't take that for granted.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Ask the brother right there. He might know.
See what I mean? All right, man.
But yeah, but
You know, he high as mud. You know?
yeah, so,
Man.
you know, it's Friday, you know,
Yeah.
every time the weather breaks,
Saturday,
the rain, weather break.
Yeah.
It was Easter last week. It's a bunch of shit, you know. That
Like spurs, so,
yeah.
you know, the weather getting warm and all of that. But yeah, man, the point is, well, our people don't know what happiness is. That's why when we talk to them about the kingdom and shit like that, yo, you can't even, hey, look what Nipsey Hussle tried to do. He tried to like take them gang banging niggas and flip that shit around. They smoked his ass. Why? Because the Lord set up the rolling 60s and all them niggas for a curse, for a plague. And if you try to come along as far as them California jakes, that's their curse. You can't, and I mean, if you happen to be one of the ones to escape that, then good for you, but don't go back and try to help niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said, not to cut you off, but could you get the scripture where it says, give me Hebrews 13 and 14, give me when the Lord said he went back to his hometown, a prophet is without honor in his own hometown. So man, yeah, man, fuck the community, man, and fuck niggas, man. You know, because 2/3, you cannot help our people. And if what he say in the Matrix, Neo, Morpheus told him, Neo, don't try to unplug everybody. Some of these people don't want to be unplugged. And if you try to unplug them, they will hurt you. That's what he clearly told them. Motherfuckers don't want to be unplugged. And that's what happened with what? Nipsey Hussle. He got killed by the set, on the set, in front of the set. What and what he was trying to do? He was getting into gang intervention. He was working with the LAPD, trying to reverse that whole gang curse thing. He was trying to push. He was trying to get rid of that neighborhood versus gangster car beef, 8 trades and the Hoovers and all that shit. He was trying to cancel that shit. He had plans, and you know, you watch his interviews. You know, he had plans on canceling that shit. He doing videos with YG. He rocking red. You know what I'm saying? He trying to show you like, yo, this whole gang. He said it. And this whole gang shit is bullshit. And he wasn't pushing that shit no more. And what wound up happening? His own niggas wound up whacking him. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, Big U and them niggas, because if you know about, especially with that California shit, niggas just don't do shit just to do shit. Shit come from the higher ups, especially if a known rap artist, especially if it's done by niggas in your set. You know how that that California, it ain't the East Coast niggas run wild, but that California shit is a little different. It's like more structured. When they come to that gang shit, then you know Eric Holder, that nigga's still alive. He in jail and shit. They might beat his ass in there or whatever. But I'm just saying, the point is this: fuck the community. You can't help Jake. The Lord told Ezekiel, go talk to these people, but they ain't gonna listen to you. Why? Because they won't even listen to me. After they saw the Red Sea split, they still went in the wilderness talking shit to Moses. After you see the sea split, the curse of the Egyptians, the death of the firstborn, you cannot help these niggas. But niggas always trying to save the community. Give me what you got.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14.
Right.
For here have we no continuous city.
Yeah, we don't have no continuous city, man. Hey, look at Offset. You know? And listen, don't get the game fucked up. I get it. That's why all of our people gotta be rich. once one of our people make it, they don't have nobody to chill with. They can't chill with the heathens. Their spirit don't connect. They can't chill with Moab. They can't chill with fucking Elon Musk and these funny ass Bill Gates. What the fuck Offset look like? Yo, Bill Gates, you trying to hang out? That shit is whack, man. He gonna hit up Jay Prince and them. He gonna hit up Rap a Lot. He gonna hit up certain hood niggas, Big U and them. Y'all coming through, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Because that's your people. What's the Detroit nigga name? Trick. You gonna hit up those Fly Zone nigga. You gonna hit up Trick, nigga, what's good, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a dangerous situation. Why? Because we make up the kingdom of heaven. And there's no fun if the homies can't have none. That's why when Jake get rich, he put his homies on. But your homies wound up what? Getting jealous of you, getting envious of you, wanting to take what you got. So you try to bless them and carry them, but at the same time, you can't chill with nobody else. Then a lot of your people's like Michael Jordan and them is like Uncle Tom. You can't have a nigga like Tupac, like yo, Jordan, what's good, nigga? Jordan, but man, fuck you, nigga. How you get my number? So it's certain higher ups of your people you can't even reach. But in certain heathens, you don't want to talk to them niggas neither. So it's like, yo, and that's why they say it's lonely. I got you, bro. It's lonely at the top. So you like, damn, who can I chill with? So you try to chill with hood niggas, but not regular hood niggas, more higher up hood niggas. You know, like OG niggas, Trey D, Big U, Trick. You know what I mean? You Hassan Campbell, corrupt. You know what I mean? You hit these, yo, what's good? What y'all niggas doing, man? But they got hood niggas around too. You know what I mean? And you wind up getting whacked, killed, or some shit. Why? The curses wind up hunting you back down.
Now I was just gonna say, going back to your point earlier, you know, because when we get on, we want to put our people on. I was gonna give an example. MC Hammer, that's how he lost all his money, because he was very philanthropic, very giving with his money.
Generous.
Yeah, very generous with his money, and then it all went away. And he said he lost a lot of friends. Lost a lot of friends when he lost his money.
Yep.
So you trying to help people out, and then when you get yourself low, they know where to be found.
Yeah, you know what it is, and I make a point. It's because these riches are corrupted, man. That's what these riches are. If it's riches of this world and from Esau's kingdom, it's going to be corrupted, and it's always going to have a little stain in your existence, man. Especially if you took that purse. Like, of course, you can get a good paying job, whatever. But I'm talking about like if you're in the actual industry or in like the limelight, man.
Yeah.
You ain't, bro. Why think these niggas stressing, man? You go through all these celebrities, they all stressing, man. They walk in, they had their little Starbucks cup, glasses looking like crackheads and shit. You watch them, if you see them tabloids, they be looking hit for the most part, man. I done seen Beyonce hit, I done seen Ashanti hit, Rihanna hit. They all just humans, man. And they all have hit days, man.
Yeah.
They all have days they pussy stink, breath stink when they wake up in the morning, just like yours, huh?
And a lot of them Brooklyn rappers, they be out there. MOT be in fucking Brownsville. A lot of times they just like, yo, what the fuck you doing around here? Now they ain't rich like that, but they got enough money to be around that motherfucker. Fabulous being fucking Bed-Stuy, Mano, they all be out there. But you gotta understand, like once they see that fame of life, that shit is not what they thought it was. So they go back to where their childhood was at. They go back to those old parts, because those was what the so-called fun times before they came to what those riches. So by them having money and trying to resurface and live in these neighborhoods, Bobby Smurder and them, they be in fucking them niggas be out there. If you're around there enough, you'll run into them. But you be like, yo, what the fuck you doing out here? They'll tell you, nigga, this my hood. You know what I'm saying? But in there, so like that's why the Lord said understanding is a key. I understand. Because up there, the way up top, Jake ain't up there. It's a bunch of heathens and the fucking weirdos up there. So even if you get a certain amount of bread and a certain amount of money, you still want to fuck with the bottom niggas. Because those are the ones who you can relate to, but that money is a bait to what? For them to destroy you. Now, I mean, that's why we all gotta have it. We all gotta be we all gotta have, and nobody have it to the point. Hey, that 50 Cent shit. Front on me, I snuff your gun, butt you and cut you. You getting money, I can't get nothing with you, then fuck you. Know what I mean? So that's how some people is. You might bless a man with a $30,000 rollie. He be like, nah, nigga, fuck this rollie. I want to eat like you. Know what I mean? You be like, damn, I just bless you. Nigga, you ain't got shit. I bless you with a $30,000 rollie. Hey, that Creed 3, I don't know if brother seen it. That's some real shit, man. His man was envious of him having a title. And he told him what? Before that, they had a falling out. He said, listen, whatever you need, call me. I got you. He told him that. He was like, but he was like, listen, I ain't the type to be begging for no man or for no man. He envied what he had. He invited him to his house. He saw the glass ceiling with his daughter running on top of the floor and shit. He spoke to his wife or whatever, but deep down inside, he covered what he had, man. And that's how it is amongst Jake until we get into the kingdom. So even if you do make it to those riches, it's lonely as hell. You're gonna find yourself calling up certain people to go in that certain environment that you can identify with, and then fuck around and be your demise. It's a lot for the rent, but we're gonna take the script, yeah.
Mark 6, verse 4. But Yahawashi said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but in his own country, and among his own kin, and in his own house.
Yeah, so he went doing miracles and stuff in his own town. They shitted on him. They're like, man, you Joseph's son. Man, jump up a little bit.
Let's start back at the top.
Yeah.
Mark 6, verse 1. And he went out from thence and came into his own country, and his disciples followed him. And when the Sabbath day was come, he began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, from whence hath this man these things? And what wisdom is this which is given unto him? And even such mighty works are wrought by his hands. Is not this the carpenter and the son of Mary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, yo, we know your mother. You ain't nobody to us, and that's how our family look at us. They're like, yo, my cousin put niggas on my older cousin. He believe a little bit. Well, he believe, but he don't follow. I'll leave that up to him and the Lord. But he told niggas in the hood, he was like, yo, y'all know who y'all can take real good advice from? He was like, Sean, because my slave name is Shanti, but they take the A and the I off. They call me Sean. So, but niggas was like, nah, I watch him come up. What the fuck I look like? Like calling him and asking him for advice, having him son me. You know what I mean? Because they all older than me about 4 or 5 years. I was a little nigga running around them. You know what I mean? They fought for me at times, skating range shit and whatever. So they like, yo, what the fuck I look like? He told me this. Not when it happened, but it was months later, I had a breakdown, maybe this similar breakdown, and he mentioned like, yo, you know what? I was in the hood talking to niggas. I told niggas to talk to you for advice. Like, you be having some great points. Maybe it can help them. They shitted on you because they looked at you as like a still a little nigga from the past. So that's how they looked at Yahawashi, man. They're like, yo, we know Mary, we know Joseph. We know your father, your sisters and all that. Nigga, you can't tell us shit. And that's how your family look at you like, nigga, I watch you come up. I knew when you used to do this and when you used to do that, even though Yahawashi was without sin, but they look at us like, nigga, I beat niggas up for you and shit. Niggas that was fucking with you and shit. I fuck niggas up for you, nigga. Now you about to tell me about life and what I should be doing and what I should stop doing? Nigga, nah, I ain't about to ask that nigga. They got way too much pride. And that's the same thing, bringing it back to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle got fame. You know what I mean? He ain't no fucking big homie. He a fucking rapper. You gotta understand that gang shit is different. Yeah, you rapping all that, nigga, but we still are OGs. You still don't reign over us. But imagine all the kids surrounded by the OGs, and this nigga jump out. Oh, nip around. All the kids leave from the OGs and run to him. He's like the spotlight now. then you doing all this gang intervention shit and all of that. Niggas ain't feeling that shit, man. And you talking about some, no kid should have to grow up like this. You talking about how all that shit is bullshit. You gotta, them niggas worship that shit. You can't. Hey, Zabak went out there talking when Nipsey Hussle recently died. He went out there talking shit about Nipsey Hussle. And Tookie Williams' son, he in the truth, supposedly. But the Crip niggas was getting that Tookie Williams' son telling, like, yo, tell Zabak and them to chill, like, you can't be disrespecting Nip like that. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas killed him though. But y'all worship this nigga, even though it's different Crip sets and all that shit. But at the end of the day, like, yo, niggas killed him. But y'all want niggas like shitting on the negative shit he did on the left-hand side. You know, and that shit crazy. You know? But they wasn't feeling that shit. Like, oh, y'all niggas, you talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's become like a fucking idol out there. Now niggas idolize him. You go out there talking to the wrong motherfuckers hear it, like you got really have some heat on your motherfucker. Blood and Crip, like on your hand. So niggas idolize him, but they won't. And all the brothers Zabak was saying was like, yo, how y'all idolizing this man like this? His main point, he was saying punches. But his main point was like, y'all won't rise for the Lord like that. And y'all idolizing this man. But certain people seen it and heard it, and they wasn't so pleased with that. They found out who he was quick and like sent a little message. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, the point is fuck the community. Don't go back and try to help niggas. Even let's deal with lower level shit. You try to give niggas a job. Give me that in Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28, we have made lies our refuge. Another falsehood, I think 15. Listen, man, you can't even, yo, our people so fucked up. Fuck taking them out of gang culture. That's like way deep. You can't even give a nigga a fucking job. You can't even, hey, I hate to say this, let's just cut the Lord out and deal with simple shit. You try to go through the hood and be like, yo, I'm gonna hook you up with a job, nigga. Niggas don't even want a fucking job. They would shatter your name. You say your boss ain't even hiring. You be like, yo, he good people, he gonna come. Yo, niggas is shatter your fucking reputation, man. You can't help niggas. Harriet Tubman said it. Even though she was set up by the elite, she said it, quoted. I saved 1,000 niggas. I could have saved 1,000 more, but they didn't realize that they were slaves. They wouldn't run away with them. Some of them niggas had Stockholm syndrome. And that's what's wrong with Jake, man. They got that mentality that, can you get that in the verses? I will smite you with madness. Pull it up in the Blu-ray. That because I want the word madness. I think it's 20. Finish that.
There you go. There you go.
It's good.
You go to Isaiah 28.
I'm watching one of them niggas end up getting killed.
Hey, on the, what was that, a 3-wheeler?
Four-wheeler.
4-wheeler? Hey, only take one mistake on that thing. At least in the car, you crash up like this Union County. They don't, when they come to frying Jakes out here, they hit you hard. This ain't, even though North right there, that's a different county. Out here, police chases and all that, they hit your ass with some years over some small shit. But, you know, let Jake do what they do.
They probably.
You know, but hey, repent or die. You got that? What you got?
Well, you said Isaiah 28?
You got it? He got it. I thought 28 and 15. You got it? We have made lies our refuge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read that first. Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Yeah, going to the word madness. It should say like a mental condition.
Craziness.
Yeah, you see Jake out here yelling, talking to himself. You know what I mean? The women cutting themselves, slitting their wrists, pulling their hair out. People committing suicide. Homeless Jake yelling at the top of their lung, acting crazy.
Ferociously. And madness. That's what it is.
Yeah, but it probably be under a different translation, but it tell you like a mental illness, you know, and craziness, which basically goes into like mental health, you know, and that's Jake for you, man. You know, read that.
Isaiah 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Yeah, and that's that whole gangbanging spirit, man. Hey, Snoop Dogg said it in one of his the East Siders. He said it's all in the hardcore game of death, and you can't change your steps once you done claimed the set. So he even said it's all for the hardcore game of death, because that whole gangbanging spirit is a violent spirit. Ain't even no really money-making spirit. It's about going to war type spirit. So you doing this shit, you basically flirting with death. That's why he said it's all for the hardcore game of death, and you can't change your steps once you done claimed the set. So, and that really ties, read that again.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Yeah, and you being in agreement with that low state, that low condition. And guess what? Jake love it. You can't pull Jake out of that shit. They love that shit. You would think niggas don't love it and they need help. And that's what a lot of our people do that so-called make it. They call themselves going back. Yeah, man, let me help. Let me help. Nah, ain't no help. The Lord got them like that. And just because you so-called made it out don't mean you are part of the 1/3 of the elect. You just came to your senses a bit to know that to live like that is bottom of the barrel shit. So you trying to come back and start job programs and shit, that shit gonna blow up in your face and niggas will even kill you for trying to help them. You try to talk shit about smoking weed, niggas will kill you for that shit. About drinking, you try to get on Islam in a polite way. Say you ain't even cursing it out. You just saying, look, listen, that ain't the right way. We Israelites, that's really the Arabs religion. We ain't supposed to be in that. You could get poked up for that. Just for saying Muhammad's not the true messenger. You ain't saying it in a fucked up way. You said it as brotherly as possible. You could get poked up and killed for that. Especially in cities like Newark and Philly. You can't speak ill of Muhammad in Philadelphia. Well, your ass might not make it up out of there. You can't even really say, you can't even really get on Islam too hard. Brothers might do it through the spirit of the Lord, but you still gotta use wisdom. You know? You can't be swinging the sword too hard. Now, in my younger years, we was like type crazy. Hey, the Lord have mercy. Cause we had hella close encounters getting on that Islam. But hey, man, the point is that I don't know if brothers close it out over there. But it's about to be done. Huh? Yeah, I think it's about to be done. Yeah. I don't think brothers about to close. But the point is, like, listen, it's an elect and it's a 2/3. You can't help what our people do when they so-called make it out. They think they could come back and help the masses. The word masses go into the word massacre. Massacre means the slaughtering of a large amount of people. That you can't help the masses. And that's what Nipsey Hussle died, Tupac, Farrakhan, all these motherfuckers try to go back and help the so-called Israelite community, the black community. And what happened? They ass got whacked, man. By their own people, they got taken out. So it's all about the elect at the end of the day. You can't help niggas. You can't even bless niggas with a job. You can't even bless niggas with small shit because the Lord smite them with madness to make them love anarchy and chaos. And they love it. And if you try to unplug them, they'll spaz on you. They'll curse you out. And if you push the luck too hard, some niggas tell you, like, listen, man, don't come around here with that Bible shit. It happened to me, and they give you that look, and you look back. Now, you can force it, but they give you that look like, yo, if you start that Bible shit and they got spirits on them, you start that Bible talk, man, we chilling, we don't want to hear no Bible talk. We don't want to hear nothing about no scriptures, man. And one of the other man like, chill, man, yo, chill, man, chill. But that's really those spirits like, listen, we don't want shit to do with the Lord. We a bunch of low-life niggas, we sinning, we niggas, we love killing each other, we love getting high, we love waking up doing nothing, we love not washing our dirty socks, we don't want to work, we don't want to do nothing, we just gonna be fucking niggas. And if you try to help me, I'll kill you, nigga. That's their mentality, man. So we gotta just let the 2/3 be 2/3, and the Lord can still wake somebody up in that spirit, but if somebody coming like that too heavy, you just gotta let them be. And with that,
I was going to say, in the scriptures, those type of men are called children of Belial. And you go in that word, Belial, B-E-L-I-A-L. It's funny because that's actually like a nigga name. I know a nigga named Belial. Belial. Yeah, I know a nigga named Belial.
A few niggas named that. That's Muslim. Yeah, behind Islam. Yeah, Belial. Yeah.
But when you go into the definition of the word Belial, so I just got a real quick scripture. It says, Deuteronomy 13:13, certain men of the children of Belial are gone out from among you and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their city, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which ye have not known. So when you go in that word Belial, it says, worthlessness, good for nothing, unprofitable, base fellow, wicked, evil, naughty, without profit. So you got actual Israelites that were amongst the camp of Israel that were considered just worthless, or children of. It says without profit.
Without profit. They don't even want to profit financially in a righteous sense to the smallest way. Niggas don't want no job, even if you gave them a so-called good paying job and try to refer them. They don't want to do it. They'll fuck your name up. Unprofit.
It says good for nothing.
Good for nothing. Good for nothing. You just sit around the house, drink all day, smoke all day, play the fucking game, and just be a fucking leech, man. And not just that, you in that estate, you proud to be that. You take pride in that. What else you said?
Base fellow.
Base, meaning you the lowest of the lower jakes. Anything lower than you might be a sodomite. But even sodomites is somewhat productive. You know, in a sense. But I'm talking about you got them low of the low jakes that don't want shit out of life. They just out there, they just wicked as hell, man. They don't want nothing to do with an honest living. They don't want nothing to do with the Most High. They don't want nothing to do with righteousness, period.
I got a precept just to end it out with that. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 20 says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were coming to it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Yeah, that's the elect. But the Lord said 2/3 is what? Born in vain. You have no use of the Most High. But then you got the, even though everybody has a part in the Lord's movie, but you out of the 2/3, you got an executive that motherfucker like Mother Teresa is a 2/3. If she was an Israelite foreigner, which I believe she is straight up evil. But just to make the point, then you got those low life, low ass jakes that I'm talking about now, real low, grimy, low jakes that don't mind going to jail. They don't mind doing time. They talk about jail like it's a good thing. They brag about the different jails they went to, the people they shot, the people they cut and stabbed. They brag about never having a job. When you have a job, never, nigga. I get mine the fast way, the ski mask way. They love living off of women, pimping, and wonder why Eve don't respect them. Taking from them, having babies all over the place, not taking care of them, not keeping up with them. You got them low, them fucking St. Ives niggas, them old English low barrel of the barrel jakes, man. You gotta stay away from them dudes, man. And like I said, I'm not saying the Lord can't save a person like that, but somebody that's deep in that mind state, you gotta get away from them.
2 Corinthians 6 verse 15, and what concord hath Hamashiach with Balaam, or what part hath he with the, he that believeth with an infidel? If I could just ask, it's people, I know typically when you read that, you're thinking about all, but it's actually talking about Balaam, which is the children that are worthless. So it's saying that what part does Hamashiach, somebody that YAHAWASHI was about what? His father's business. He said, I must work the work while it is day. So that's the mentality that we're supposed to be in. And as Paul is saying, what concord or, you know, what agreement does somebody that's with the mindset of YAHAWASHI got to do with somebody that's like a lowlife or somebody that's worthless or unprofitable?
The rebellious child.
Right.
He was stoned. You know? Hey, so that was good. That was good edification on that point. And them synonyms as far as worthlessness and all that, that was good to go into because that pulled that meat off the bone to show you got real low levels of our people. And like I said, the Lord's hand's not too short to save. Don't get it twisted. He could deliver somebody in that lower state like that. But however, somebody in that frame of mind like that, you gotta stay away from until the Lord pull them from it. And with that, hope that was edifying to the elect. All praises to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kadash.
And until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.